today on 15 on 15.
Aruba hosts its first oncology symposium. Plus, this American airline opens new destinations for Aruba. And at the end of the show, we have the turnout of the Iron Chef competition. Thank you for joining us on another edition of 15 on 15 right here on Channel 15 ATV with Daniela Piazzi. Let's start off the show with our latest local news topics. This week, Aruba is hosting an oncology conference to bring awareness about the latest information and treatments on the market. The Oncology Synopsis has been organized by a group of oncologists, medical teams, and specialists from Aruba, the Netherlands, and the United States. During this conference, specialists in the field have come together to discuss the latest innovations and treatments on the market. They are also discussing new research and studies going on worldwide to find treatment and potential cures for cancer. This conference has come in the midst of Cancer Awareness Month, and during the month of October, different cancer organizations and support groups on the island have been very active to raise funds. This conference will also inform and update Aruban partners on the research that could also be conducted on the island to potentially raise the level of treatments and care in Aruba. The Prime Minister of the island, Mike Amon, opened the conference with some very encouraging words for the present professionals in the field.
When I'm in this room today, looking at you, I hope that we'll have a very successful symposium. But I also look at you with the hope that very important moments like this for our societies can be changed when you have the knowledge, the capacity. I really hope that on all the successes you already had in curing cancer, in extending the quality of life of so many people facing the disease of cancer, that you will also be successful in having the treatment that will have people like this continue to live and be among us until the natural moment of passing away has come. So a lot of success. Thank you very much for choosing Aruba as the site for this very important oncology symposium. Masyadang.
On another note, 80% of Aruba's resort and hotels are currently going through million-dollar improvements. Island Resort has recently completed a big project, and the general manager of the resort, Steven Mara, tells us more about it. To match the Big Island renovations, the Playa Linda Resort has just made big changes to their infrastructure and are determined to continue improving and innovating to maintain a top spot in the market.
We've just completed a $1.3 million pool renovation over the course of the last year. Did it in two segments, so we added an adult activities pool and then renovated our main resort pool, which are being final steps are being completed as we speak. We're in the process of creating a new front entrance and sign with a brand new water feature up front, which should be completed in the next few weeks. And then we'll landscape the entire front of the resort. Also, we were just completing remodeling of Dushi Bagel restaurants in front, Garden Fresh, which was an addition within the past year, as well as upgrading and enhancing the mini market and wine and spirit stores in front. So we continue to upgrade and improve the aesthetics of the resort and enhance the service as well.
Besides these infrastructural changes, Steve Mara has been focusing on reaching new markets and enhancing their strategies by focusing on social media and travel advisors. Playa Linda is very fortunate to have these employees that are very experienced when it comes to technology.
We hope to continue to grow our ownership base and bring in some younger members for our future members, and our rental segment of the business helps us attract potential future owners. So we've been focused on a lot of the social media, and some of our young talented folks help us in accomplishing that. As you know, that generation lives in social media, and so between Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and TripAdvisor, we've put a lot of emphasis in those areas to really drive our popularity and market to the next generation, if you will.
Moving forward, it was a memorable moment for the Kip family this week when they received a commemoration from the United Nations for their deceased relative, Michael Kip. At a young age, Michael was a very active member of the United Nations, and he dedicated himself to helping others. At the age of 22, Michael Kipp started his career at the United Nations head office in New York. He began with the Children's Foundation UNICEF and gradually spread himself out throughout the entire organization. Michael was a very active member of the UN, and he had always been remembered to be very caring and friendly to others. During his time working at the organization, he traveled to Mozambique, Baghdad, Belgrado, Kosovo to help others in bad situations that were in need of help. It was actually during a peace mission in Liberia where Michael got ill and passed away. In total, he worked for 18 years with the United Nations, 11 for UNICEF, and 7 years on peace missions abroad. This is the first time an Aruban has been recognized for this award, but it was actually misplaced for quite a few years. This prize, which is given to those who have lost their life during the service in the Peace Corps, was in the possession of the Department of Exterior Relations for over 10 years. The commemoration was again discovered last week, and they sent it to the family immediately. During the official ceremony, both family and friends of Michael Kipp were present to receive this memorable award. Don't go anywhere because we'll be right back with more 15 on 15 right here on Channel 15 ATV. After the break, we have some good and bad news about local and international airlines. Thank you so much for staying with us. With Aruba's main economic pillar being tourism, the Aruba International Airport plays a big role. Recently, one of the American Airlines Southwest opened a new international terminal at the Hobby Airport in Houston, which will also soon offer flights to and from Aruba. Dallas-based Southwest Airlines Company has officially opened its international terminal at Hobby Airport. The 5-gate terminal, which opened on October 15, has been under construction since September 2013. The terminal puts Houston in a rare class in the United States now. Houston is now one of the only 3 municipalities with 2 international airports in its boundaries. The inaugural flight for the new international terminal will be to Cancun, Mexico. In addition, Southwest will fly regularly to and from Aruba, Jamaica, Costa Rica, the Bahamas, Belize, and other cities in Mexico. This $156 million project is the first of its kind for Southwest Airlines, which has the big intentions on growing its presence in the Houston market. The new terminal features an expansive new Southwest Airline ticket counter, a new federal inspection station capable of handling 900 to 1,000 passengers an hour, 5 gates with the ability to build the terminal out to 12 gates if needed, new restaurants and bars, and art from local artists. On a similar note, it is time to say goodbye to a popular American airline, which is U.S. Airways. Tonight will be their last flight ever before the carrier merges with American Airlines. It's time to say farewell to U.S. Airways. One of the USA's most storied airline brands fades away tonight on Flight 1939. The overnight red-eye flight from San Francisco to Philadelphia marks the last ever departure under the U.S. Airways name as the carrier's merger with American nears completion. Shortly after the flight departs San Francisco on 9:55 p.m. tonight, America will unify its own reservation systems for the flights on both airlines. There will no more be U.S. Airways flights once the plane lands in Philadelphia, scheduled for 6:18 a.m. tomorrow. U.S. Airways' fade into history books will be a nostalgic one. Flight 1939 is scheduled to begin Friday morning in Philadelphia, a traditional U.S. Airways stronghold. From there, the Airbus will still be painted in the U.S. Airways color. It will continue to Charlotte, which grew to become the airline's busiest hub during the past decade. Next is Phoenix, the former headquarters, and from there, Flight 1939 heads to San Francisco and returns to Pennsylvania as the last ever U.S. Airways flight. Staying on the airline topic, the local airline Incel Air has just seemed to be getting bigger and better each day. They have just announced that their airline will be increasing their flights from Georgetown, Jamaica to the islands of Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire to 6 times a week. Incel Air has increased its flights from Georgetown to the island of Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire, bringing the weekly total to 6. In addition to these direct flights, the airline also offers connection to 25 other destinations, inclusive of St. Martin, Manaus, Santo Domingo, Miami, Jamaica, Havana, and Venezuela. As a part of its services, the airline says passengers can also book dual destinations, meaning they have the opportunity at no extra charge to stay and explore a destination before continuing to their final destination. Don't go anywhere because we'll be right back with more 15 on 15 after a word from one of our sponsors. After the break, Aruba has crowned their Iron Chef. Thank you for staying with us. To close off the Eat Local Restaurant Week, Aruba held their second annual Iron Chef competition, which is much like the show where top chefs go head-to-head to find out who can work the best under pressure and create gourmet meals with unexpected ingredients. The sold-out event was held at the Alhambra Casino, and it was an excellent culinary experience for both the chefs and the audience. The night started off with a bartender brawl where three top bartenders, which were Sandro Trump, Zulay Duran, and Danny van der Linden, were challenged to create and present an original cocktail which was judged by the guests of the competition. To the visitors' surprise, each mixologist made drinks with a local twist to them. After counting down the votes, Danny van der Linden from Hollywood Smokehouse won the title of the island's top mixologist. Following this cocktail hour, the guests were escorted to the ballroom where they had a 4-course meal with wine pairing by local sommeliers. All while on stage, 3 top chefs went head-to-head to win the title of Aruba's Iron Chef. The nominees for the competition were Chef Steven Toofs, Chef Teddy Bornicol, and Chef Aver de Peña. For each course, these gourmet chefs were given a limited amount of time to prepare their meal with ingredients from a mystery basket chosen by executive chef Matt Boland. After these chefs' appetizers, entrees, and desserts were completed, a winner was announced. Chef Teddy Bornicol, along with his 2 assistants from the EPB Culinary School, were awarded the winning prize. Once again, congratulations to Aruba's new Iron Chef, Chef Teddy Bornicol, from the Aruba Marriott Resort Stellaris and Casino. And of course, congratulations to the Iron Bartender winner, Danny van der Linden from Hollywood Smokehouse. Thank you so much for watching. These were your local news updates and trending lifestyle topics. Don't forget to like our 15 on 15 Facebook page. We would love to hear all of your comments and suggestions. Be sure to tune back in next week at 7:15 p.m. for more 15 on 15 right here on Channel 15 ATV. See you then.